Hey everyone. So if you remember, we were going to say that we were going to do more than just farm stuff on the channel. And so that included a little bit of mechanics or a little bit of carpentry, or in this case, it's a little bit of home improvement and plumbing. So today, our float valve on our toilet is not working properly. And so I'm going to show you how to put in a new one. All right. So here's your float valve. What it does is as your bowl is filling up, it's going to stop the flow of water by moving that float up and down. And so what I'm going to do now is you want to mark where the water level is. And so I had stopped it right when it finished up filling. And so I marked where I want the water level. Now I have a slightly different replacement valve. This is just a different version of it. This one doesn't require a big stick right here that controls the float. It just simply fills with water up to this point, and it'll fill this bowl full, and that'll be where your water level is, and it will stop it. So slightly different, same concept. So first, I have the water turned off, and we're gonna drain the bowl. So we turn off flush. It's gonna send all the water down, and you just hold it open and let it take as much of that water as it can. And you're still gonna have some left at the very bottom of the bowl. So we got to get either a shop vac, which unfortunately mine is not here at the moment, or some more towels to soak up that water. Now, this may seem a little gross because you're working on the toilet, but this is tap water. It is the same water that comes out of your sink, so it's not as gross. So just take
Also, I'm just gonna say this yellow stuff on the back is wood stain, not gross
grossness.
stuff. Yeah. The owners before us, this white part of the wood, they had stained that color, and I guess they didn't care that it ran off in the toilet.
So we're just soaking and wringing. Get as much of that water out of there as we can, because what we're going to end up doing is taking that bottom part here and it's going to leave a hole. And if you have too much water in here, it's going to run out. Which, I mean, you could just catch it with a bucket if you felt like it, but I don't have a bucket here with me at the moment. So I'm going to try and get as much of it out so it doesn't make that big a mess. So this is a pretty basic repair. There's lots of YouTube videos out there on how to repair this specifically. Everything in here is a real simple system, and if you buy just a regular kit from like Home Depot or Walmart to replace the parts, they usually have all the parts and it all comes together, with the exception of like the paddle on the handle right here, or maybe even like this little plastic clip right there. But
they do make a complete set. We bought a cheaper one.
Right.
Because we knew that those pieces didn't have to be replaced.
But very generic. This is a very common thing to happen, because this float, I mean, eventually some of them might wear out. If they get little pinholes in them, they could fill with water and sink, and then it's going to cause it to constantly run. And if you didn't realize, this part right here, that's your runoff. So if you ever have too much water coming in here, it's going to go down there and just go right back into your system. So it's not like this thing can ever overflow unless for some reason your runoff is blocked, which that's a different issue. I got most of that out of there. I think I have enough where I can run it off onto this towel. So if you get behind your toilet, so right here, you'll see the water main that runs into the toilet. So I have it turned off, and it has a little screw. Here, let me see that. Right there at the top. Now all we're going to do is, it's two parts. This part, which we're going to unscrew, and this top plastic piece right here, which we're going to unscrew. And that's going to release the float valve. She had to get a drink.
My hot chocolate.
So that's what I'm going to do now. this is why I have that towel down underneath here, is because this is definitely going to have a little bit of water in it. And since I didn't quite get all the water out of the bowl, it's going to have a fair bit of water in it. Okay, so I got that disconnected. Actually, wasn't near as much water as I was thinking, but I also don't have everything out of it yet. So just scoot that to the side. I have a spider web.
Hi.
Camera person, you're a little close.
I'm trying to show him what you're doing.
I got my hand all over it anyway, so it's kind of hard.
Well, what would you like me to video?
My face is as I grunt trying to get this piece out of there. You're supposed to only do these finger tight. Like, it is not common practice to take a wrench to these, but I think this person definitely did. So I might have to put you on pause for a second and go get a wrench. Because that top washer is definitely on there a little tighter than it should be. So, be right back. Are you gonna tell me, like, action, countdown,
No.
go?
Mm-mm.
No, she's just gonna be like, okay.
When I get quiet, that's your cue.
Okay, so we loosened up this little bolt. You, like I said, you do this all hand tight. There's no cause for that. I'll show you this little plastic washer once I get it off.
Concentrated faces.
That's okay. They missed the fight with the spider. There's that plastic ring. Only put these on hand tight. Whoever did this before me, no. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this little plastic ring off, and we should be able to just. Yep.
And there goes the water.
Yep, and that's why I got that towel down there. There we go.
Grody.
Yep, it's not the nicest looking thing in the world. So anyway, like I said, usually what you need to do is you take this and you would have a carbon copy of it, and you would untwist and stretch it out, or as small as it needs to be. In this case, it actually needs to be pretty short because the water level is right there in that groove. So I'm gonna give it out just to washer to washer. I actually think it's at its lowest setting. I'm gonna put it in there and test. So put it in there like that. Oh no, I got a lot. How about, you can see my mark right there. A little bit more, which actually it needs to be a little lower because it was a little high last time. I think I got it there. I think I'm a little high. It just takes a little finagling. Not a big deal.
You're going up 20 notches.
Well, it slipped. That looks perfect. Okay, so you have this little rubber seal. If it doesn't have that seal, just strip it off the last one. Jam it down in there. And in reverse order, we're going to take this, we're going to shove it back on. Then we'll add the drainage tube. And we'll start testing me.
Would you like me to hold this?
Yes, I also got to dry this just a little bit. Just so I can tell if it's leaking or not. Whenever I finally get it. Death. Tighten back down. This should not require any tools, but like I said, someone over tightened this one, so it did require a pair of pliers. Yes, the pretty pink. What we keep
my
around
pliers,
the house.
and he gets out half of my stuff
What?
and then leaves it. My toolbox is half empty.
Yeah, well, my brand new toolboxes are half empty sometimes because of you.
No, you let our daughters get in it.
That's not true. Went ahead and hooked the water back in. I did not turn the water on. Just get everything in. Yeah, there you go. Get everything back in the way it was. And so this one has a rubber hose already on it. You can reuse that if you wanted. It is tight on there, but it gave me a new one. We're just gonna hook in to this piece right up here. And what this is it's the relief on it, so it'll allow it to drain any leftover pressures back down into the fantastic. Tap water, they said.
Mm-hmm. Supposed
I
to
actually think that's rust. I think that's from the internals on this thing being old.
be. Yeah, you're hoping anyway.
That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Pliers. I might end up having to cut it off. I don't know. That joker doesn't want to come off. Like I said, I'll be right back. It was right then. Please fit. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna put this back where it was. Make sure that this opening is over that tube, or else it makes zero sense what you'd be doing. You can measure it and then cut it to size. I'm gonna just keep my hand right there and cut it right. I'll give it a little bit of extra room.
Yes, you need to give it extra. Please don't slice your hand.
It's actually a pretty hard little line here. But I marked it with the knife, so now I can just bend it like so. And that's the easiest way that I have found to do these lines.
Do we have scissors?
A scissors would be a good tool to use too, but I'm already here.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna get out of your way.
I ain't gonna cut you. I'm just not succeeding on
Go get some scissors.
cutting this for some strange reason. Oh no, I know exactly what it is. I dulled my knife today trying to cut something else and there was a piece of metal in it. So that would be why that's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Always keep your knife sharp. It keeps you safe.
Yeah, cuts off a finger.
And we didn't need that finger anyway. You know what I did need? To turn that. Oh, it's so I got water all over my hands, so it's a little. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm definitely gonna re-tighten the bolts a little bit because I loosened it when I twisted it. Excuse you, sir. Thank you. So now I'm gonna go re-tighten things, let it fill up, and gross. Hopefully be done. It's actually pretty tight. And turn on the water and find out. So you can see the water running out here. That's good. That's the pressure release. That means that's working good. Should be. We got plenty of time. I got it way too close. So if you look, you can see that it's actually sucking in water. I didn't level this the right way. It needs to come down just a little bit more, which is fine. That's not hard to do. But that's essentially how you fix it. So I'm going to lower this a little bit and it'll be just right. And after that, that's all you need to know. Once you put one of these in and you get your level right, you want about an inch or so underneath your relief there. And you'll be squared away. And that's all I got. It's that simple. Do it yourself. Don't hire other people. I believe in you. You got this. YouTube is a magical place where you can learn anything, pretty much. Yeah, that's all I got. Bye.